I live in a city in the Northeast, a big city that is not New York City.
Okay.
But I have 3 friends who have spent a considerable amount of time living in New York. They no longer live there, but I have 2 friends from New York City and one who has lived there for like 7 years. And all now live in the same city as me. I love these friends. We have a lot of stuff in common. We always have a great time when we go out. However, inevitably when we hang out in a group, the conversation always comes back to living in New York City, an experience I cannot relate to myself, having never done it.
That's how they
Go
are.
with the winning team, bitch. Not my fault you never fucking reached your potential living in the greatest city in America.
Sorry you don't like to struggle for 8 years.
To myself, having never done it. And I just kind of have to sit there.
Remember when the G train was shut down that summer? Oh, we had to take the fucking shuttle bus to Court Square.
That's not the real Ray's Slice.
You don't know what that's like, bitch. God, literally us and fucking me and you in Baltimore and fucking me and you when you live in Ohio in 30 years, Eldis, and your children are like, we get it, Dad.
As they all reminisce and talk about living there and food and the problems and transportation, et cetera.
Transportation, yeah.
While I can contribute nothing and just kind of have to endure this experience.
She sounds so tired.
So, I guess my question is, should I say something about this? Should I bring anything up? The fact that I feel like I'm like totally omitted from this part of the conversation, or should I just like shut the fuck up and suffer in silence? Would love to hear your thoughts.
This is
Thanks
so
as
fucking
always.
funny.
Bye-bye.
I didn't think about how fucking obnoxious that was. Like, this is the problem, is that I'm trying to think what, like, you know what's so funny? I think literally all our friends lived in New York. Like, who would we be hanging out with where we would be doing this without them? Give us your, as a non-New Yorker, yes.
I lived there at some point.
Wait, how long did you live there?
Not that long, like in 2012.
Okay, yes. Oh, yeah, that's because I think that must have been when we, no.
But I spent a lot of time there.
No, we met when you were visiting, because I moved in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I met you in Portland, maybe.
Probably.
Well, it sounds to me like you gotta move to New York.
Yeah, you gotta go do 6 months,
the
have something to talk about. Yeah.
The parks.
Yep.
I mean, there's people up all hours. It's great.
Well, no, because she missed the boat. Because what this is her friends are desperately trying to cling to their youth. Like, I know this. And here's the thing. Actually, I don't relate, because me and Eldis, we made it in New York, baby. We're not your fucking loser friends that had to move back to your hometown. This is that kind of fucking behavior of, like, still trying to cling on to the fact that you're better than your hometown friends because you live. Because I remember remember when you're 20? I don't know if you had this experience, but on the East Coast, especially in like Baltimore or Philly, or like, you know, these like kind of East Coast, Mid-Atlantic cities, it was like just moving to New York, knowing someone who lived in New York, you're like, whoa.
Oh, I know.
They lived in New York. I remember Els would come back to Baltimore with a Bed-Stuy address just to get pussy. He was like, finally, now I'm respected in this town because I live in Brooklyn. So those people still trying to kind of cash in on those credentials. And it's like, I mean, they just happen to be there when they're young. People are nostalgic for their youth. And it's like this, they're just like still trying to cling on to the magic of that. I feel bad because I'm not able to give very constructive advice here. Because I just totally get where these people are coming from.
Yeah, they're annoying, but we've all done it.
They're annoying, but it's like, if I flamed out and I was living in Baltimore, do you know how much I would talk about? Yeah, I was just, oh man, getting a slice and David Tell smoking behind me.
My friend fucked a raven once. I didn't know her at the time, but New York's crazy.
New York's just such a hell of a town.
Anything's
look, I
possible.
wanted a family though. You're like making up the reason you left, even though the reason is you couldn't fucking hack it. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to imagine if we were having one of these conversations and one of our friends was like, hey guys, Can we talk about something else?
Anything else?
We'd be like, shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. But I mean, that's also dudes compared to like a group of 4 women. I don't know if they would. Do you think you would openly bully a friend like that if she was mad about New York?
I have a hard time understanding why she cares so much about it. I mean, you can just literally get up and leave the room.
Jealousy. Never lived there. Don't get it.
Never had a chopped cheese at 4 a.m.
Never went to a freaking bodega. You don't even know what it's like. Yeah. You know how you go to Rite Aid? Well, imagine a smaller, shittier Rite Aid with a cat inside of it that sells bad sandwiches.
And a kid making a sandwich who's never not on the phone with somebody.
Yeah, you've never bought condoms from a 13-year-old Yemeni on FaceTime. You don't know what living's like, bitch.
It's true. It feels true. I don't want to be not on her side.
She called in and is just getting the same. She called in for sympathy, and we're like, yeah, let's do some of that. Let's do the thing she's annoyed at. Remember when we lived together, and we fucking all had a small, that IKEA couch.
You get a $40 obstructed view ticket to see Rent on a Wednesday afternoon. Big pole right in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what can you do? Can you switch it to something annoying? But it's like you're outmanned here. You're fucked. You don't understand how obnoxious the love for New York is for people that move there. You missed the boat, and all you got to do is sit there and fucking take it, baby. I don't even know what to tell you.
Staten Island Ferry.
Yeah. So they live there. They're all in the Northeast. But I mean, if you ever get mad, you should be like, well, why are you guys here then? Why are you back if it's so fucking great?
Yeah, exactly. And nobody went that far.
Yeah.
You know, but when you grow up on the West Coast, like New York is always like this fantasy. You're like, oh, one day I'll live in New York, you know? And it seems like so unattainable. But it's like you went from Philly to New York. I'm like,
it still feels, maybe being poor in Baltimore is different.
For sure.
I truly felt like it was like a fantasy place.
Yeah.
Like New York. Like it just does have that myth. I just think it does have that quality for a lot of people.
It's magical. Oh, and the Christmas lights this time of year.
Yeah.
Mitch, you're wrong.
So yeah, I'm sorry. It's great.
It rips.
Sorry you fucking did the sensible thing. You probably own a house now. They're probably fucked, but hey. That's what you get, actually, is the whatever sensible decision you made. You put down roots in a place that was more supportive for you. You probably get to experience things they don't. Now, if you're a train wreck,
savings account.
If you're a train wreck in your hometown, maybe that's really what this is about. Because you choose either sticking around and like not sustainability, but like support, like a nice support system, or you move out, you have your wild, either New York or whatever, you take a risk. You didn't take the risk. Hopefully that paid dividends for you. And if it didn't, that's what you're really mad about. You're not mad.
It's not too late, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably is, though.
Get down there.
No, it's over. There's nothing more pathetic than a 36-year-old being like, I'm doing it, baby. Williamsburg, here I come. And it's like, oh, there's an Apple store there. It's like, what are you, you just watched Girls as a 36-year-old and you're like, I'm making the big move. It's like,
give me a pickleback.
It's over, man. That's when you move to like a cool, smaller city.
Yeah.
Get a farm. You know, you have to do, there's other cool risks to take in your 30s. Like
you can't
30s.
Be moving to Crown Heights.
You can't be You can't have 3 roommates in Bushwick and saying it's East Williamsburg, actually, when you're 37. You can't be sharing a bathroom with a fucking 22-year-old they, them as a fucking 37-year-old man who's trying a new haircut out. That's
all our
over.
neighbors are Hasidic. It's so great. They love that we're here.
Yeah, dude, sorry, but you got really nothing out of that.
I feel bad.
But I got to reminisce for a little bit about
how awesome New York is.
How awesome New York is. My youth. It's awesome.